Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk with Nathan Najib. I'm George Simpson, and I'm joined by Nathan Najib, and it's good to be back, isn't it?
It is great to be back. Great to be back.
It's been a little while since we've done one of these videos, and a lot has happened. So I'm excited to ask you some questions. I've got some questions here from the people, so we can give them some valuable information, as always. So let's get started. The OCR, the official cash rate, is currently at 5.5%, and the next announcement is expected to come out on August 14th. What are your thoughts on this? Do you have any advice for viewers deciding to buy or looking to buy?
I think it's getting pretty close to the buyer's market.
Yeah.
Putting your supply in not that much demand. Let me just explain to you. I did a wee post the other day about how the cycles work. Now, the real estate cycle is usually that cycle, as I talk about, it's between either 4 to 5 years or 8 to 10 years. This one here was a long, well-extended one because of the free money and the lower interest rate, right? To help the economy get better. And then off the back of 18, it takes 18 to 24 months of correction usually after that cycle, and then usually by some anomaly or GFC or credit crunch, and then the stabilization takes between 2 to 3 years, right? So now to come back, if you look at the cycle, we are probably at almost the trough.
Yeah.
So for the buyer to wrap up this question, this is a good time, and I feel like it is. We haven't seen all those like bankruptcies yet. Yeah. To get like the properties at the bottom. So I feel like we still got a little bit more to go. Not far. If you look around, you can get some real good buys at the moment. So
Sure.
that would be my long-winded answer.
Sure.
George.
That's okay. Let's talk about mortgage rates as well. 3 of the country's top banks have cut mortgage rates again ahead of the Reserve Bank's meeting next week. Longer-term rates between 3 and 5 years saw the biggest drop of 40 basis points to 5.99%.
Yeah.
Is that good news? What's your advice on this? Should buyers be excited? You say it's a good time already.
When the interest rate moves, obviously, it is good, of course, for buyers, and in particular for people who own properties, existing properties. So I fixed one today, and I only fixed it for a year at 6.65%. I could have fixed it for 3 years for 5 point whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the banks are smart, so they average it out. So at the moment, 6.65 for 1 year. In a year's time, the interest rate may be down to 6.5. And in 2 years' time, maybe down to 6%. In 3 years' time, maybe down to 5%. So they kind of like average it out and makes it as tempting as they possibly can. That doesn't mean that the market has hit the bottom, but it tells you that the interest rate, obviously, it is harder for the banks, for people to borrow money. So hence they make it as tempting as they possibly can for people that can borrow money. Say, hey, let me think about going to the bank and see if I can borrow money.
And another topic that we see people debating is moving to Australia from New Zealand for better affordability. Now, you and I have just been over to Australia, visiting a real estate agency over there. But what would you suggest with regard to that, with people wanting to head across to Australia, potentially for better affordability?
Yeah, so we were just talking about to the real estate company that we visited there, and they're saying there's still plenty of demand, not enough supply, right? Meaning the property prices keep going up. That was in Adelaide in particular. In
Adelaide, yeah.
And I was having conversations, I was saying like, I know the property prices keep going up like it has been for the last 3-4 years, and it hasn't come back for you guys. Now, is salary keeping up with those prices? Because affordability is got to be able to match, right?
Yeah.
So the price of properties, like, to be honest, like, over there will be as unaffordable.
Yeah.
Because the government is not helping there at all. So moving there, if you're not buying a house, and you still get you're on better salary than here, and then your rent kind of like is good. I think the rent must be pretty high there as well.
Yes.
Then you can. Otherwise, I don't think, to be honest, like, you know, those places there, it doesn't look that attractive to me, because the price of the property is still very, very high.
Yes, true. And do you have anything that you would like to share or update the viewers on when it comes to the Christchurch market? What is it looking like at the moment? What are you suggesting at the moment?
It's a buyer's market in general.
Yeah.
My suggestion to owners is to meet the market now. If you're waiting for the market to recover, I talk about just before, when I went through a cycle, it takes 24 months for the stabilization period.
Yeah.
Meaning that once it hits the bottom, it stabilizes. It doesn't go up. People say that I'm going to wait for the recovery.
Sure.
The recovery could be a long time before you come back, because it stabilizes for 24 months, and then it slowly picks up to back to 2 to 4%, right? So for vendors, I'm suggesting, like, meet the market today, because the market will be lower, I suggest, in the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months.
Yeah.
And for the buyers, it is buyer's market, so there's plenty on the market there. If you find something that you love, go ahead and buy it.
Sure.
But the market's coming back to a healthy market, which I think is important. Like, you know,
It's good.
Busy market is not, when you're having growth of 10, 15, 20% a year, that is not good for nobody. Yeah.
No. And one final question. It's from a viewer who sent a question in. We're looking to buy a house, and we have one in mind. However, it's up for auction, and as first-time buyers, we are scared to bid in auctions, as it's very competitive. Any advice?
I feel like the market is, if you go to auctions, right, there's hardly any bidders at auction, to tell you the truth. So if you're cashed and can buy at auction, you can actually get some real good buys at auction.
Yeah.
Just stick to a price that you want to pay. Don't go over it, and just go there and bid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be afraid. I've got an auction suggestion. I've written an article about how to bid at auction. So I suggest we share that article with the viewer on how to bid with confidence and where to stop and not to get too emotionally involved in it. I think they would appreciate.
I'm sure. We'll link that. We'll link that.
Please, yeah.
But that's all the questions we got for today. Thank you very much, Nathan. It's always good talking to you and asking questions. Please like and subscribe, and leave any comments. If you have any questions, we'll be sure to get back to you and perhaps answer them in the next video. Thank you for watching. This has been Real Talk.